going on, party people? We're back with some more Babymonochrome action. This is a round 2 match. Incognition versus Denfrus. Yeah, there we go. This is from the winner's bracket as well. I should mention the loser's bracket actually has a lot of buys actually in that first round. So I don't know. There's only I think 2 actual matchups in the loser's bracket. So it's gonna be a lot of winner's bracket action for this round here. And yeah, this one's featuring Incognition and Denfrus. I can see why Incognition wanted me to cover their match so bad, because they just want to flex that custom avatar. Good lord, that's amazing. Oh my god, they even got the Excadrill in like a custom pose there. I don't know what to say there, but let's get into the match. So Incognition bringing Sand to this match. Very fitting from the custom avatar, I must say, bringing Sand here. So yeah, you got the Hippo. We see a Laleep as well. We haven't seen too many of those, but as I mentioned last time, we saw one of these. This thing's get SD to get Barrier, so look for this thing to potentially set up, especially since there's some other possible Stealth Rockers on the team in Bronzor and Drillbur. Maybe we'll see a Rest Talk Bronzor like we did in the little Bronzor showdown a few videos back. Can't remember who was in that one, but that was some heat. We got a Fungus as well. Haven't seen too many Funguses in this tour. We saw lots of it in the Babymonochrome Revival 1, as that was Generation 9, and Fungus seemed to be a much more common Pokemon, but not so much in this tour. So cool to see that. Does this thing get your Regenerator? It does get Regenerator. And then a Timber as well, bringing the Pepsi of fighting types, with Mindfu being the Coca-Cola of fighting types in this tier. In my opinion, personally, I prefer Pepsi, so there you go. And then Denfrus bringing Hail. Yeah, so we got a little weather war going on here. 2 Pokemon that can easily set up weather by just switching in. And this is Generation 5, so this is permanent weather. Denfrus also having Mindfu, Natu, a Diglett looking to trap something. Might have a bit of a tougher time because there's not really too many things on this team that's weak to getting trapped. I guess Bronzor a little bit, but I think EQ's probably still a 2-hit KO with a Violate. Don't quote me on that. And then a Porygon and a Volibee. So a much more standard looking Hail team from Denfrus, whereas Incognition bringing something pretty interesting, I must say. Yeah, let's get into it. So we see a Hippo lead from Incognition and a Porygon lead from Denfrus here, which raises Sandstream, which doesn't do anything. So eats a Crunch from Hippo, gets the defense drop, and then gets a Toxic off on this thing. So maybe that's all part of the plan here for Denfrus, is just whittle this Hippo down and then win the weather war. Snover switching in here, takes 21% from this. He's Hippo Earthquake, and then doubles back into Mindfu now that they got their weather up. Bronzor comes out too, both players switching out that turn. Fungus coming in to take the knockoff. Do we see an Effect Spore? No, we don't. So this thing's probably Regenerator. U-turns out of there. Now this thing doesn't have a Violet anymore. It's going to do quite a bit. It gets a Sludge Bomb off on the Snover. Big hit. And good read by Incognition there. Switching into Bronzor to take a Blizzard. Not doing too much at all. But we get an idea of what kind of Bronzor this is. As Volibee comes in for Denfrus. We see Flash Cannon. So I'm not ruling out Rest Talk just yet. And Laleep coming in to take a Heat Wave from the Volibee. So this is a special Volibee we have in front of us here. Switches it up with a Dark Pulse here. And ooh, misses a Toxic on the Volibee, unfortunately. Hippo coming back in, resetting the Sand. This Volibee clicks Dark Pulse there. We can confirm this Volibee is weak armor as well, as it's taking Sand Chip. Hippo setting up rocks here. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. And then this thing drops to a Dark Pulse. So Denfrus winning the weather war here, but maybe it's a little too late. Drillbur comes in. Doesn't have Mold Breaker, so this thing could be Sand Force. I didn't see a Mold Breaker there. Yeah. And then Fungus coming in on a high jump kick here as the Drillbur is scared out there. And then just drops to another one as Mindfu just put in some work here. Timber switching in here to scare that thing out with maybe a Mach Punch as they just sack the Snover. There we go. And maybe I spoke too soon about the weather war. I totally forgot, 1, rocks are up, and 2, there's no spinner on this side of the field, so my apologies. Sand is here to stay. I can't believe I missed that. Got distracted by my sniffling there. Timber coming in, yep, spooks out the Mindfu as Denfrus just sacks for Snover. And this thing actually sets up a bulk up on this turn. So this thing's at +1/+1 here. Natu coming in. Timber's able to eat a Psychic and go for payback. And this thing might be set to sweep. I mean, it has to take a Sucker Punch first. Oh, just kidding. Diglett living the Mach Punch and knocks that thing out with an Earthquake. Maybe the damage has been done here. Oh, Bronzor's got Levitate, so... yeah, I don't blame Denfrus for that, though. This thing, you know, could be heat-proof. Let's get another ability. I can't quite remember. Bronzor get knocked off there, and then clicks Psychic there, so it's probably not Rest Talk, because it's able to switch up moves here. Probably not Calm Mind, anyways. Mindfu knocking out the Leap with the high jump kick. Drillbur coming in here, likely Sand Force. An Earthquake, but this thing able to outspeed the Volibee? Yes, it is. Clicks Brick Break there, switching up the moves. Porygon coming in here. Traces Sand Force. Yep, there we go. Got the Sand Force confirmation. Bronzor coming in to eat a Tri-Attack. It's going to take a few of those. No hacks there. Porygon recovers up and takes a Psychic. Bronzor probably looking for some drops here. And he can only take one more Tri-Attack. Need a crit or something there. Gets the drop at least, but can Drillbur... is Drillbur in range here is the real question. Clicks Earthquake. Not quite, but he can take a Tri-Attack. Again, no hacks there. And Mindfu comes in here. Probably looking to click Fake Out. Doesn't have Fake Out and can't take an Earthquake. That thing loses a Violate. Maybe it didn't, but... yeah, I mean, Sandforce Drillbur getting the job done here for Incognition. Very fitting with the custom avatar, I must say. Just a little miniature version of that thing, except, I mean, it's not like you see Sandforce really too much in, like, OU from Excadrill, but, yeah, anyways, yeah, that was quite the match there. Incognition pulling this one out. Let's get into Game 2. All right, here we go. Game 2, Incognition versus Denfrus. Incognition, from our perspective, again, bringing quite a different team this time. Something a little more standard, except there's a Carvana as well. Also, how weird is it that there's a I don't know, maybe it's a Canada thing, but there's a car sales company called Carvana, and I'm like, bro, the Pokemon I'm pretty sure came first. That's super weird. There's a company called Carvana, and I don't know. Something seems just kind of odd about that. But anyways, yeah, Diglett, Porygon, Volibee, super standard team, barring the Carvana, which is a little bit different, but this thing gets speed boost. You know, there's some setup potential here with this thing for sure. It can hit pretty hard. Not as hard as Abra, though, which Incognition is bringing to this match, and a Mindfu as well. Then on the Denfrus side of things, a Mindfu of their own, a Frillish. So a nice little defensive core going there with the Frillish and the Porygon, Mindfu and Pharaoh Seed. And then two offensive Pokemon with the Ghastly and the Abra. Kind of surprising the first time we've seen Abra or Ghastly. We didn't see either in the last battle, I don't believe. Yeah, so two super common Pokemon we've been seeing all tournament finally making their debut in this one. So let's get into it. Mindfu lead from Incognition, Mindfu lead from Denfrus. Denfrus clicks knockoff here. 4% Violate. 4%. Yeah, so that could have been a speed tie for all we know. Volibee switching in for Incognition. Eats a high jump kick and then gets a weak armor boost. So this thing's going to outspeed here. Clicks Brave Bird, just knocks this thing out straight up. So we're looking at a physical Volibee. It's pretty low on HP now. Porygon comes in. Eats a knockoff. At least he'll get a weak armor boost, but I think lost it's a Violate, which is too bad. You can just kill this Volibee with an Ice Beam. Mindfu coming in here, probably looking to go for a high jump kick. No clicks payback on the Ghastly coming in. Good play by Incognition. Maybe a little bit of an obvious high jump kick there. Porygon comes in, traces the Levitate, and eats a Will-O-Wisp from Denfrus's Ghastly there, and clicks Trick Black Sludge. Denfrus knows how to get in my favor here. That's exactly the kind of set I like to see. Gets out of there, goes in the Abra to take a Psychic. That Sash is broken now, if it is a Sash, of course. And clicks Hidden Power Fighting, just straight up knocks out that Porygon. Diglett comes in here, clicks Earthquake, able to just revenge kill there. Denfrus sends out the Pharaoh Seed, probably looking to set up some hazards. Yep, gets up some spikes. And just keeps eating Earthquakes. This is such a strong Diglett. Balloon is broken. I should mention that was a Diglett. That was a Balloon Diglett, which is not something to see every day. And that thing will eventually drop to another Giga Drain. Mindfu gets a bit of spike damage here, and then goes for a high jump kick. Miss! And we see the T-Wave follow-up. Ooh, tough turn for Incognition there. Ghastly comes in, eats the knockoff, loses. It's a Violate that's swiped from the Porygon. Follow up with a Shadow Ball, just knock that thing out. Carvanha comes in here, maybe looking for the sweep. This might be the time. Clicks Dark Pulse. That thing's going to be getting a boost here. This is Life Orb Carvanha as well. Porygon comes in, traces a speed boost, and just lives a Hydro Pump. And is able to get a T-Wave off on the Carvanha. Gets a speed boost of their own. I think Porygon's still outspeeding. Yes. It clicks Ice Beam here. Probably the best move to hit it with still, and then drops to another Hydro Pump. Carvanha might be getting fast enough to break through Para. Oh yeah, it gets a Protect. This Carvanha might be able to outspeed now through the Para. Oh no, it is not actually. So Para a little too much of a detriment there, but Abra can follow up, clicks a Shadow Ball here, eats a Shadow Ball from the Frillish, lives on its Sash, and then can follow up there. And is this thing able to deal with the Ferocity about half HP? Does with a crit. Holy, that was pretty big crit at the end there. I mean, granted Denfrus needed to win 2 games there, so who knows how that would have gone down. But yeah, crit at the end there definitely mattered. But again, Incognition came in here with a cushion. Maybe they could afford to lose a game. And yeah, Incognition wins this one 2-0. So there you have it. Moving on to round 3 of winners finals, as Denfrus is going to drop to the losers bracket. See you there, bro. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that. And stay tuned for some more Babymonochrome action. Thanks for watching. Peace.